Have you ever looked at your investment returns and had that little moment of panic, thinking, wait a minute, do I owe tax on this? Well, if you have, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to cut through all that confusion. We'll break down exactly what you, as an individual investor in Malaysia, really need to know. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, I know, it can seem super complicated, but I promise you, it's probably way simpler than you think. It really all starts with understanding just one core rule.
So how does the government, how does the tax system even look at the money you make from investments? Well, it all boils down to one specific part of Malaysia's Income Tax Act. It's called Section 4C.
Now, don't let that legal-sounding name scare you off. Seriously. Section 4C is just the government's official category for what's called passive income. That's just money you earn that isn't from your day job. Think of it like a bucket that holds stuff like dividends and bank interest. Which means, for most of us, this is the main rule that matters.
Okay, so here's the big, general principle you need to remember. If you earn money inside Malaysia, it's generally considered taxable. But, and this is a big but for us as individuals, income you get from overseas, that's typically exempt. Simple enough, right? So, with that in mind, let's see how this works for our first type of investment, dividends.
All right, first up, dividends. And I've got some really good news for you here. And it's all thanks to something called the single-tier system. It makes everything incredibly straightforward.
Yep, you heard that right. When a Malaysian company pays you a dividend, you, the shareholder, do not have to pay a single cent of income tax on it. It is completely tax-exempt. This is a massive plus for investing locally. But why? How does that work?
Well, the logic is actually pretty simple. It's all about avoiding double taxation. See, the company has already paid tax on its profits before it even sent that money out to you. So in the government's eyes, the tax bill is already settled. You get to keep the full amount. It's a really clean and efficient system.
Okay, so we've established dividends are simple. Awesome. Interest income, on the other hand, well, it's a little more nuanced. It kind of has two different sides to it, and it's really important you know which side your interest income is on.
Let's break this down. Over on the left, you've got the interest that is totally tax-exempt. This is the stuff you get from your savings account at a licensed bank or maybe from some government savings certificates. That money is all yours, tax-free. Now, let's shift our focus to the right. This is where you've got to pay attention. If you've loaned money to someone privately, say a friend, and you're earning interest on it, or if that interest comes from any non-licensed source, that income is taxable. You absolutely have to declare it.
You know, all this theory is one thing, but let's see how these rules actually play out in the real world. I want you to meet Miss Tan. We're going to take a look at her investment income for the year and figure out her tax situation together.
All right, let's walk through this together. First up, you can see Miss Tan got RM 6,000 in dividends, and, as we just learned, thanks to that awesome single-tier system, that is completely exempt. Next, she also earned RM 500 in interest from her local bank savings account, and since that's from a licensed bank, that's also exempt. So, what does that leave her with?
That's right, a big fat zero. For her most common, everyday investments, local dividends and bank interest, Ms. Tan's total taxable income is nothing. Zilch. This just goes to show how, for many of us, the local tax rules can really work in our favor.
So, we've covered the main rule. We've looked at dividends and interest, and we've even walked through a real example. To pull this all together, here is your final checklist. Just think of this as your new quick reference guide. Seriously, think of this little table as your ultimate cheat sheet. Dividends from a local company? Exempt. Interest from a licensed bank? You guessed it, exempt. But that interest you got from that private loan you gave out? That one's taxable. The key takeaway, the most important thing to remember, is this. Always know the source of your investment income.
So there you have it. We've demystified the rules, we've seen it all in action. The only question left is the one right here on the screen. It's time to take a look at your own investment portfolio. With everything you've learned today, are you looking at it with a little more confidence now? I really hope so.